Okay, so today we're going to talk about this questions on taxation, as I said, and we will also further talk about certain other chapters. But first, let us see what kind of questions can come in taxation. Okay, so as I said, first question they can ask you is what is tax? So define tax. Okay, and what is direct tax and what is indirect tax? Okay, so what is the answer? Yes, so taxes are generally an involuntary fee levied on individuals and corporations by government in order to finance the government activity. So taxes are essentially of procune in nature. It means it is in favor or it is an advantage granted in return or something. Yes, coming to the next question, what is direct tax? So the tax that is levied by the government directly on the individuals or corporations are called as direct tax. Okay, and the tax that is levied by the government on one entity but it is passed on to the final consumer by the manufacturer, then that is called as indirect. Okay, so what are the examples? So income tax, then corporation tax and wealth tax is direct tax, and indirect tax is VAT, service tax, GST, excise duty and all that. Okay, so basically they will ask you these two questions. Okay, so taxes in India. So and then they can ask you that what kind of taxes in India are there. So there is income tax and then there is corporation tax. Okay, so they can ask you questions on that. And then what is a tax on wealth and capital? So yes, tax on wealth and capital. So on wealth and capital there was tax on estate duty, then there was wealth tax, okay, and then there was gift tax, and then there was capital gain tax. So as I said, all these taxes are abolished now. But yes, then we can ask you what is short term capital asset and what is long term capital asset. So an asset which is held for more than 36 months or less is a short term capital asset. And what is a long term capital asset? So an asset that is held for more than 36 months is a long term capital asset. So okay, so you have to know this also, the questions. Okay, so as I said, now they can ask you the next question is what is custom duty. Okay, so the next question they can ask you is what is custom duty. Okay, so yes, the answer is it is a duty levied on exports and imports of goods. Okay, so that is called as custom duty. So the next question they can ask you, what is excise duty? Okay, so an excise duty in the true sense is a commodity tax because it is levied on production of goods in India and it is not on sale of the product. Okay, next is they can ask you again so on. So they will ask you on various types of taxes. So service tax. So service tax is levied on the services provided in India. Okay, and when was service tax first introduced? Yes, it was introduced in 1994-95. Okay. Yes, the next fact, what is VAT? So as I said, as a result of various committees on taxation recommended, value added tax, that is an indirect taxation inquiry committee, argued for VAT. So VAT is a self monitoring mechanism, it's a mechanism which makes tax administration easier. So the VAT is properly structured and it removes all distortions and all problems which we were facing. So when was VAT implemented? It was implemented on 1st July 2017 and it has been replaced by sales tax of the states. Okay, so this is what they are going to ask you the next questions. So let us talk about the next question they can ask you is balance of payments. Yes, so we'll talk about now is the balance of payments. Okay, so yes, they can ask you about is the first is what are the source of earnings of balance of payment. So as I said, a balance of payment has two types, that is source of earnings inflow and the source of earnings or source of borrowings. that is inflow. So source of earnings is merchandise exports, service exports, interest, profits, dividends and royalties which is received from foreign countries. Then the grants and the aids which is received from the foreign countries. So private transfers, that is such as remittances, they are all included in the source of earnings inflow. And what are the source of borrowings inflow? It is foreign direct investment, foreign portfolio investment, government loans, then government short-term deposits by NRIs and foreigners. Okay, so that is basically they're going to ask you. Yes, the next question is, what are the major accounts of balance of payment? So the balance of payment of any country includes 6 major accounts which are as follow. The first is goods account, second is services account, okay, followed with unilateral account, unilateral transfer account, then is long term capital account, then is short term capital account, and then international liquidity account. Okay, so these 6 major accounts, if you remember, are clubbed into two divisions, that is current account and capital account. So you have to remember this also. Okay, so the next question they can ask you, what is goods account? So define. So goods account, it includes all the value of merchandise exports and merchandise imports, and they are also called as visible items in the balance of payment account. Similarly, what are defined service account or services account? So these services account records all the services which are exported and imported by a country in a year. And these they are also called as invisible because you cannot see, they are not, they are intangible. Okay, and that is why they are like transportation, then banking and insurance, they are all coming under services account. Okay, yes, the next question they can ask you, define unilateral transfer account. Okay, so the unilateral transfer account includes the gifts, the grants, the remittances which are received from the foreign countries and paid to foreign countries. Okay, yes, the next thing they can ask you is distinguish between private transfer and government transfer. So here they will ask you distinguish. So private transfers are person to person. These are money flows which are received from a paid to a citizen of one country to a citizen of another country. Well, whereas this foreign or government transfer is any foreign economic aid and foreign military aid by one country government to another country government, which constitutes government to government transfer. It is called as government transfer. Okay, so this is very very important. And yes, similarly there can be some questions also that yes they can ask you about is, what is the need of international liquidity account? Yes, what is it? So international liquidity account, as I said, so international liquidity account, so it simply records the net changes in the foreign exchange reserves. Okay, so that is what is international liquidity account. So you have to remember this also. And yes, now they can also ask you about certain other questions, but more or less these are the questions they will ask you. Okay, and they can also ask you about current account and capital account, which we have already explained, or what is the relation of balance of payments and balance of trade. So as I said, balance of payment is a broad concept and balance of trade is a narrow concept. Okay, so this is also, and it includes all the both capital and the current account includes. Okay, so that is why balance of payment is a much broader concept. But whereas in balance of trade, it is just defined as the difference between the value of exports of goods and services and the value of imports of goods and services between countries. Okay, so this is what they are going to ask you also. Yes, and apart from that they can also ask you about something like an FDI and foreign portfolio investment. So these are the definitions which you have to also talk about. Okay, now we can follow once we have finished this chapter. Let us come with a new chapter which is very very important, and this is also a continuation of balance of trade and taxation and all that. So yes, we will talk about a new chapter. Yes, and it is called as international economic organizations. Okay, so international economic organizations. So the first thing we will talk about is the Bretton Woods Twins World Bank and IMF, that is International Monetary Fund. So this is very very important. Okay, in your UPSC exams they always ask you this question. So as I said, it's also called as the World Bank Group, that is WBG. So it's a family of 5 international organizations that help to give loans to developing countries, and it is the largest and the most famous development bank in the world, and it is also called as an observer at the United Nations Development Group. Okay, so now you have to know about it. So let me explain you the groups of the World Bank Group. Yes, so right on the top is World Bank Group. Okay, and under this comes is the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Okay, so under this there is a huge section which plays. So International Bank for Reconstruction is very very important. So under this comes is the International Development Association. Okay, then we have the International Finance Corporation. Then we have is the Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency, and then we also have is the International Center for Settlement of International Disputes. Okay, so this is very very important. Okay, so yes, we will now continue with the next thing.